back.
We'll take a glass together!
This is Equity One, Broadway's happy hour.
Pour yourself a drink and join us as we chat about life, theater, and everything in between.
I'm Elliot Maddox.
And I'm Caleb Dickey. Join us for your Equity One. Hi, Elliot.
Hi, Caleb.
Cheers.
Ooh, what are you drinking? That looks fancy.
It is a virgin Coca-Cola in a tall glass.
Oh, a virgin Jack and Coke. I understand. She's not drinking today.
Yeah, for some reason I couldn't find liquor in my cabinet, and so that's a problem.
That's a huge problem.
Yes.
I'll be very honest here. Like, we came to Kentucky and the pantry was full of bourbon, like full, like so many bottles from like holidays and stuff. And it is less full.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Oh, good to see you too. Welcome to this week's Broadway Podcast Network Happy Hour. I am Elliot.
And I'm Caleb.
And we're the hosts of Equity One, Broadway's Happy Hour. Here on BPN Happy Hour, we sit and chat with some of your favorite podcasters from the Broadway Podcast Network. And today, we are very excited to have Michael Kushner here from Dear Multi-Hyphenate.
Hi!
Yes! Hello!
Wait, so you're not drinking?
No, I'm drinking. I'm just not drinking liquor. Oh, it happens sometimes.
Sometimes we have to take
But
days
for
off.
me?
I know. Well, cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
To drinking.
It's
Caleb,
okay.
You can't cheers us. It's bad luck.
Okay, go. Cheers again.
No, it's okay. Cheers. But
Cheers.
I will never judge anyone for not drinking. Of
No,
course.
it's right. It's like, oh, you're not drinking.
Yeah,
Wow.
There are hours where I don't drink, so it's okay. I understand it.
Wow, that
Hours.
must be so. That must be so hard for you. Welcome. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm
How are-
so honored to be here and chat with you guys.
How are you holding up during this time?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. There's I have like when it comes to fight or flight, I'm usually fight. Like, even the like whole staying in New York thing, like I literally was like, oh, I'm going down with the ship because I love New York so much. It's where I wanted to be my whole life. It's where I consider home. Even when I wasn't living here, I was born in Long Island but raised in Fort Lauderdale. Even when I was in Fort Lauderdale, I still considered New York home. I had a New York accent that I got rid of in college. There's no reason for me to talk with a New York accent, but I, heard my whole family speak like that. And I just was like, that's where I want to be. I like that mentality. I love that speed. I don't want to be in Florida. And so I've always considered New York home, and I had no intention of leaving during this quarantine. This is where I'm staying. So I'm going. It's like a captain going down with the ship almost. So cheers.
Love that.
Cheers to you. We were both out of there pretty quickly.
Girl, bye.
No, that's legit. I mean, like, I totally understand why, but it's like, for me, it just didn't. It just didn't.
My apartment is 260 square feet, so I think I might go crazy. But I think it would be so fun if I was by myself. But if Cole and I were both trying to live in 260 square feet, it might not end well.
No, it's true. It's true. Elliot, you were going to say something and I interrupted. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying it's the same thing as our apartment is so small in New York, and now what turned into 30 days is turned into so much longer. So I'm so glad we kind of made the call when we did, just for our own sanity, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really our apartment has never looked better, just because like now is the time to deep dive into everything, and I grew up with rearranging furniture once a month.
I did too.
Yeah, just because we loved interior design and we loved to like see how to utilize the space and all that good stuff. And my payment, I get paid to help my grandma out and do it at my grandma's apartment, but my payment is I get a tchotchke of hers. So like I got, like I have a collection of Ralph Lauren cutting boards that that I got from moving her couch from one side to another. But my boyfriend he likes things kind of staying put, and I like the change. So there was a little change that happened, which was so exciting for me, and it looks great. It's awesome.
Yes, I love that. Like, use this time,
Feng
shift
shui.
some shit around.
Yeah, feng shui, and just like, I love, like, why not see, okay, we all change as individuals, the space should as well, just to like, because our energy changes and why we need the space changes as well. So why not explore? It's a canvas. It's your set design. It's really kind of thrilling to me. So
especially in a time when it's like, oh my God, I'm looking at the same room all the time. I'm going, like, I need a change of scenery. You can just make a change of scenery.
Yeah. Put the lamp over there.
What's kind of interesting is our lives, we're before quarantine. I don't mean to speak for you guys, but I work from my apartment. I have 2 to 3 clients a day, and so I'm in that room. The room is set up in a very specific way because it's a working room, and then usually I'll go see a show at night, or go shoot a show, or go meet a friend. So I being at home in my space, I wasn't exhausted of that. And I think that artists aren't used to being outside of their homes for so long. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel like there's like a little bit of a correlation of that, where it's like the change doesn't need to happen as often because we're like outside a lot.
Sure, yeah.
But now that I'm inside, I'm literally like, the couch must move.
Yeah. The struggle is real with the like lack of variety.
How are you guys doing? How are you holding up?
I'm doing okay.
Anything else?
Went okay.
Just okay. Doing okay.
Just okay? Just okay?
Yeah, fine. It just, ups and downs. It's rainy today, so this is like been a day where it's like can't do anything, just laying on the couch all day. Can't.
Also, you're headed to Connecticut soon, so you're kind of like wrapping up this life that you've had for a month, and it's new, like pulling up your roots again, which I always struggle with adapting to a new space for like a couple days.
Yeah.
Sure. I feel like when you're on a vacation and you're in the hotel or something, it's like the fun doesn't really it doesn't feel really comfortable or real until you like are aware of like your new space that you're in, like in day 3.
Yes.
And you're like, I know where my stuff goes. I know how this hotel works. There's Bob behind the desk. Hi, Bob. You know what I mean? It's getting acclimated.
Sure.
It's like, First, also, dead over Michael Jeter's shout out in your intro. We love.
We love Grand Hotel.
I mean, that Tony performance, like,
it's amazing.
One of the best.
That was like a moment that we sat in front of, in college, that our professor, Mary, she sat us down and was like, watch this,
Definitely iconic for so many reasons. So good.
What is that bar thing? Is it just like a piece of wood, or like I've never seen it on stage? So,
I mean, when they did, it's like a pole,
pole.
Yeah.
I
think it's also his like physical comedy is like really making us believe
so good.
that. Yeah, it's amazing. I love that video so much. I think that would be one of the shows that I would want to go back in time and see. But what are some of your shows that you would go back in time? Like, give me each 2 shows that you would like die to go back and see.
Yeah, Constant Time Machine. I went first preview Sweeney Todd.
Oh, good one.
And then probably I would want to go see like Gene Kelly and Pal Joey or something, like to see him in person.
That's cool.
I want to see Ethel Merman and Anything Goes. Would love that. Also, this next one is cheesy and it's not Broadway, but my mom played Nancy in Oliver, and I want to see that performance. in high school, I really want to see my mom play Nancy.
Wait, that's adorable though.
There's no video?
No, it was the 70s. So
they had video in the 70s.
Also, how town was destroyed by a tornado recently after or before, so they just barely got the performance up.
Oh, jeez.
So,
well, Michael, what are you drinking today?
Vodka.
Yes.
Just vodka.
Chilled room temperature. Like, what are we
just very cold, straight from the freezer, straight from the icebox. It's in a martini glass that I made. It's actually, you can't. Maybe you can see it if I go. Oh yeah, so it's Jafar's silhouette.
Oh.
But then his body becomes his beard on the side.
Fun.
And
wait,
here's the
do you love a villain?
Oh yes. Yes, I do. I love Jafar, and I've loved Jafar since I was like little. I love the Disney villains specifically just because of like the whole gay complex when it comes to them.
Mm-hmm.
That probably was very deep in the creator's psyche, but was prevalent. It's prevalent to watch now, and you're like, but as like a 3 or 4-year-old, just like watching these like fabulous, just stunning individuals with like a very clear objective, was very not in a sexual way, but was very sexy. It was very like it was, and I also am I like to think that I'm a good person with good intentions. So, they kind of represent everything I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is very like fun and like aspirational in its own way.
Yeah. Because the way that there are days where I'm like, I get angry, I get upset at someone, and I want to be able to turn into a snake, and
right.
You know what I mean? Like, now you can see how a snake like I can be, and just like be all dramatic.
Yeah.
But that's not possible. That's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's fun to be able to watch that and have that escape. But I was growing up, I was Jafar for about 10 years of Halloween, and
I love consistency.
If it's good, don't mess it up. Like to keep it.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And but one story that I love to tell, it's one of my favorite stories of all time, is that I stage doored the producers in 2005 after seeing Jonathan Freeman, the voice of Jafar, as Roger Debris. And I would then go on to play Roger Debris my senior year of high school and win a Cappy for it. And it was
Roger Elizabeth Dupree.
Yes. And so I was gonna do the whole ending, but then no one's paying to see that. So I stage doored it, and I was like, I just like my voice hadn't changed yet. I was 14 years old. Like I was just like, I'm in love with you. I'm so happy I'm here. And he was just like, what's your address? And I wrote it on a pink Post-it note and gave it to him. And 2 weeks later in Florida, a giant Jafar care package showed up at my door.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, like a letter to me and all this really cool collector stuff. And then flash forward to me doing the dressing room project, and I'm the first photographer that was allowed to photograph Jonathan Freeman as Jafar in a non-press shoot setting.
Right.
So, and now we have a cool relationship. We text, and I've worked with him one or two times now, and just it's like a total beshert moment, which is Yiddish for meant to be, and that's just really very cool and exciting.
I love that. We love
that.
Everything comes full circle.
Yeah, 100%, and I can talk a lot about that. So,
I'm drinking red wine because it's just like so rainy out. It just felt like I needed a warm drink.
Elliot, for some reason, I thought that you were also not drinking alcohol. Okay.
Oh no, no, this is wine.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's one of those days, and like, here we go. I like wine. I don't usually drink red wine, and honestly, I'm that girl that usually is like I want it cold, so like put in like some frozen berries.
Nice.
But
100%.
But I'm trying to keep it nice and room temp today.
That's good, just because it's it's just cozy. I'm wearing a turtleneck because it's cozy.
It is cold today.
Yeah,
I know. I was cold. I was cold earlier. I kind of was like, I bundled up for a second just because, I was cold. So
there we go. No better reason.
Full circle.
No better reason
other
to bundle up.
It's true.
What's keeping you entertained right now?
Well, Pornhub. No, I'm just kidding. And I live with my boyfriend.
Premium is free.
I know. No, not Pornhub. I've been just once in a while. I've been what have I been doing? I've been creating a lot. Like I've been kind of challenging myself to figure out social media land because it changes every day. And now theater makers have to do everything on social media in this quarantine. So it's like there's a lot of saturation. So how do I stay unique and ahead of the game, and where people can actively and easily find what I'm doing? So that's it's been challenging, and my co-star today was white bitch. My co-star today was break up with your image. And I thought that was really interesting because I have really strict rules that I usually do when I'm not in quarantine. Like I post usually either at 10 a.m. or after 5 once a day. I don't want to like overwhelm anything. I post once a day on Facebook. I have very strict rules, there's very specific hashtags. And the past few days I've been breaking up with my image. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to post a lot. I'm going to post a lot and see what happens. And those that see it will be there. And those that don't won't. So who the hell cares? Honestly, it's social media. We all know it's not our real lives. It's a 3-dimensional business card. It's an interactive business card. So that's the way that I look at it. And I try to put forth myself into social media so it's as authentic as possible. But it's very hard to be as authentic as possible on social media, especially when you get things that you have to promote. Like we were just like sent meals and like asked to be like, can you do two stories in a post? And then I was just sent dress shoes. Can you do this? But it's like funny because, your best friends, your closest friends are the ones that are ratting on you, sending you texts and messages being like, K influencer. You know what I mean? So
I always hashtag sponsor when my friend like does that. I go sponsored.
Yes, hashtag sponsor.
Yeah. This is actually an interesting conversation because it's going to come back later with the blonde girls moment. And we're so on point today. I'm really loving.
Always.
Would you say it will come full circle?
I would agree with that. So
I would say that.
Jenny, back your head. Come back.
What have you been watching, Caleb, Michael?
I haven't been watching anything. Oh, Dairy Girls! I love Dairy Girls.
What is
Obsessed.
that?
Elliot,
it's a Irish. It's an Irish show. Is it Irish produced?
That I don't know.
It takes place during the
90s
UK split up in the 90s, and it's very funny.
And there are Catholic schoolgirls.
Is it DERRY or dairy like milk?
No, dairy. And you know what's really interesting is, so I have an interesting theory on Golden Girls. Do you guys like the Golden Girls?
Sure. Yeah. I'm not
a fanatic.
Not a fanatic.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I like the Golden Girls, but I have a hard time connecting on them because they're not Jewish.
Oh,
It's like my entire family without the Judaism, and there's always been and the people that I know that love the Golden Girls are not Jewish gay men, and but I feel like with Dairy Girls, even though they're Catholic school girls, I'm still able to really connect with it. For some reason, it's just written in a really universal, funny way, and you have to watch it with subtitles. I don't know if you do, Caleb.
Yes,
but yeah.
I love subtitles.
Their accents are thick, and
thick.
It makes you laugh out loud. It's so funny. I'll have to send you a clip about Michelle. She ruins the day earlier in the first season, and it's hilarious.
Okay,
it's all Michelle's fault. Yeah,
send it to me. I'll watch.
Show.
We've been watching, obviously, Sex and the City going really strong, obsessed, so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big Michael Patrick King fan from The Comeback. And so it just makes sense. I'm like, oh my God, of course I love this. Of course I think this is hilarious.
Love The Comeback.
Comeback's so good.
Yeah. I worked with Laura Silverman, who plays Jane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's one of the best people. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of the best people, the coolest. She was supposed to be in town for something, but wound up not. And when she was going to be in town, I was going to do her new headshots. But I mean, obviously that'll happen in the future. But
at some point.
But she's just awesome, and I love that show so much. It's so good.
So good.
My boyfriend's sorry. What?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say my boyfriend is obsessed with Lisa Kudrow, so we got to figure out how that's going to happen. Oh
my God, she's the best.
I know.
My mom is also randomly always has Friends on. So it's so funny. I like Friends, but it's so funny to have it on, and Lisa Kudrow is so good.
She's brilliant.
She's so good. I have a hard time with sitcoms. Have you heard of this play called, I think it's called The Shadow Box? No. I have it. I could look at it, but it's about when sitcom characters start to realize that they're in a sitcom.
Oh, interesting.
And it actually messed with me for a second. It's dark.
Very what is it? Truman Show.
Yes. Yeah. And it's really dark, and it actually messed with me, kind of ruined sitcoms for me a little bit, because it points out a lot of things that I'm just but things that I've always never liked about sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, I can't believe them enough.
Sure.
I can't. I can't do it.
Things happen too perfectly for you,
or too stupidly.
Right.
I was watching Will and Grace, the new season of Will and Grace, because it was on because my boyfriend was watching it. And Grace is at an aquarium, and she keeps getting the instruction: whatever you do not cross the yellow line. What do you think she does?
Crosses it.
The yellow line.
And I'm just a woman that has her own company, her own design company, and has that apartment in the city, and exists, and is going to be a mother, whatever. I'm she would not cross the yellow line. I can't. The suspension of disbelief does not sit well with me. So it's just I don't know. But I'm watching America's Funniest Home Videos just because I love
random, hilarious.
Love it. Quick videos onto the next, you know. It, and that commentary, because I'm watching what's on Disney Plus right now, and it starts in 2002. And that commentary is just so masochistic and
does not hold up, I'm sure.
Oh, it's just awful. And you kind of have to go, but then the videos are funny. So
right. You just make a game and put it on mute, and you comment on them yourself.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just make it work. We also watched Circus of Books, the documentary on Netflix.
Michael, you'll like this.
I don't know if I liked it.
What is it?
It's about Circus of Books, which was an adult gay bookstore sex shop
San
in
Francisco?
LA.
LA, oh yeah.
And the family that owns it is like a very conservative, like Jewish family that just kind of fell into the business.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was a reporter. The mom was.
Yeah, I just didn't really like the family.
No.
So it was an interesting, but it's an interesting documentary.
Yeah.
Worth a watch.
Interesting. Okay, I want to watch that.
There's another documentary about a lesbian couple coming out soon, like either Friday, I think. I don't know what it's called, but it's on Netflix, and it's going to be a new hit. So we'll know about it on Friday.
I love that.
Just all the queer documentaries, just like,
which we love.
We love.
Pride is not canceled in our hearts, honey.
No, I will be celebrating. I celebrate. Yeah. It's like I celebrate Pride every single day. You know.
Yeah.
Just because, like, that's how we live. Like, we have to live proud in everything that we do. Everything that we do. Stepping out of that door, we are living what Pride is meant to be. Just because we are existing truthfully, we are existing honestly, and that's what it's supposed to be, right?
Absolutely. Except for stepping out of the door.
Right, exactly.
Stay inside. Yeah.
like with Hanukkah and Christmas and all that stuff that we learn at the holidays, we're not just supposed to practice that stuff.
Right.
Then we're supposed to practice it then, and then to the next year, and then the year after that. And that's how I look at Pride. Like, it's like I'm always just like as gay as the day is long, and openly talking about my relationship or like my love life and my past flings and what it means, in sexuality and identity and stuff like that. Just that's for me personally. So I like to think I celebrate Pride 24/7.
Well, we start every interview by asking our guests what first got them interested in the arts when they were a young person. So what got little Michael bitten by the bug?
You can see her.
Key.
There.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. My grandma taught me stage right from stage left in front of the in front of the VHS playing. And then I was like 7. I didn't really know that you could like do it, but then she saw a clip in the newspaper, an ad that a local kids theater was doing Mary Poppins, and she signed me up for it. And I was 9 years old, and the rest is history. Now, where did you grow up?
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
So,
yes.
Coral Springs, Parkland.
I know Coral Springs very well.
Why do you know Coral Springs?
My uncles live there.
Where?
In Coral Ridge area, right by the Publix and Target and all that.
Amazing. I'm about 3 minutes away from Stoneman Douglas High School.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so growing up in that area was really interesting because it's a part beach, a part Everglades, a part super Jewish, a part metropolitan, and a part like rural.
Yeah, I mean, I think it seems from an outsider's perspective going there, it seems to really kind of encapsulate the very strange kind of melting pot that Florida is, which is like, beach, kind of like low
old
high,
people,
like,
like
there's all this kind of like dichotomy like in Florida.
Well, what's so funny is because I live just below Boca, and when I tell people that are visiting Boca, I say, do not be alarmed if you see a car driving by itself. There is someone in the car. They're just 4'9" and 92 years old.
They're literally 100 years old.
They literally are driving like this.
Hilarious.
Oh.
We joke when we go that like if it's 50 degrees, like and we go to Boca, like get ready to see the furs because they need an excuse to wear their minks. And it's maybe 60 degrees, but honey, they are going to show it off.
Go to Meisner Park, you'll see it.
You'll see it.
It's I liked growing up there because there was so much art. It was super liberal but super conservative, very bizarre. The food was great because you got Cuban food, you got Jewish food, you got Haitian food. So it was just like a really cool mix of cultures and people, and I couldn't wait to get out.
when did you leave? Like right after high school?
Oh yeah.
Earlier?
Oh yeah. In high school, I went to Frenchwoods for summer camp, so I didn't even spend my summers in Florida anymore. And then I turned the tassel and got on a plane to my literally, twice that happened to me. Turned my tassel, got on a plane to my last summer at Frenchwoods, came back for about 5 days, packed my bags, and started my first semester at college.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Ithaca.
All right.
Beautiful up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It was, I loved Ithaca. It was hard. It was hard because it's more of a life school than a musical theater. It's more of a life program than a musical theater program. I mean, you become a great performer, sure, but like the objective of my faculty with me was to get me to grow up. And that's not about stretching your legs, and that's not about hitting notes.
Right.
That takes a different kind of work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even because like it has nothing to do with my parents. My parents did a great job. I was holding on to the cute a lot. Like I wanted everyone to love me at all times. I wanted everyone to like me. I wanted to be non-threatening. I kind of didn't have. I just wanted to be fun. I just wanted everyone to love me, and that meant like not having an opinion about certain things. And I relied on the cute a lot, and that's what they said. They were like, "Stop being cute. Stop being cute. Stop being cute." Because cute got me very far. I was a working child actor, so I got cast because of the cute.
Sure.
And that was all just muscle memory. It was all just muscle memory. And they were like, it's no more, because I went by Mikey. No more Mikey. It's now Michael.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And So
I mean, I think that speaks to like, I think it's very relatable, especially for like queer people to like, in that kind of life where you're growing up a little bit, finding your identity a little bit more. Like you're no longer just trying to like keep your head above water and like be a pleaser and like be liked by everyone in order to like avoid any like
confrontation,
any issues.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that is definitely like a relatable thing.
Well, it's really interesting. I still deal with that today as a theater maker, because if you have an idea, chances are you're going to run into the risk of someone going, let's see how great that turns out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And people say it in their own ways. People I got a lot of at a party. Literally, I would get, so like, how's Michael Kushner photography going? And like everything that was said right there was enough. It's about intention, and I got that a lot. And I would, that was one of my worst fears coming true, was someone's perception of me not being anything but, Mikey's great. Like, we love him. It was judgment. There was judgment. And now it's different, but I experience it in other ways from other people. It's just a really interesting, identity is a really interesting thing. And I really like to talk about artist identity, because it's something that I've really had to do a lot of work on in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. So,
well, and I think a lot of people struggle with finding that judgment, not only in a career in the entertainment industry that is so like, there are so many like snap judgments made, or like things that aren't personal ever, like barely have anything to do with us, are more about kind of like getting things done and getting a show put up and all those kind of outside factors. But also I think artists have a hard time, even if they have found their own personal identity, on how to translate that, not only in their work, but like also in social media. And when it seems like you want it to be authentic, you want it to be you, and they should be pretty easy to align. But I think it's a struggle that people have to not feel cringy on social media, or to not worry about what people think, like if, you know, what they really think when they're pressing like, you know, I think that's something people struggle with.
100%. And I have guests that when I go, where can we find you on social media? And they can't even tell me their handles. And I find that to be really interesting, because having your social media in order is the new, like I said before, it's the new business card.
Yeah.
It's we must be able to find your contact info. That's what it is. It's not, that's what it is. And in LA, I have clients that tell me, they're like, you will not get an audition. You will not get an audition if you have less than 200,000 followers.
Which is insane.
It's a lot of people.
And I'm like, you know, New York isn't really that way, especially because we are, I think, a much smaller community, and we also focus on Broadway. A lot of us.
Yeah, it's not like,
which is much more personal. Right, exactly. It's much more personal. We don't gotta drive anywhere. We get on the A, we get on the 1, the 2, we Uber. You know, just down the highway a little bit, and like then, but over. That's why I have no interest in LA. But people will love, and you know, people will come for me with that, and that's fine. But
come for me, mama. I don't like it either.
Yeah, bitch, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I've never even been to Chicago. But that's the thing. Like what I was saying before, it's that I feel very strongly about New York, not just because like people are like, oh, New York, you all think you're the best, but no, it's because it's the way that I communicate, and it's the way that I can easily take charge of the career that I want. I don't think it's because I'm better than anyone. It's because I can walk outside and I can pass people on the street and go, hey, let's catch up. Or, oh my God, I know I owe you that text. Or like, girl, I have to tell you something later. Like there is a really strong sense of community, and it shows up in our social media and our work.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that
that's all.
I miss New York for all of those reasons right now.
Yeah.
I really miss it. Tell us about your podcast.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm about to have 2. One is Dear Multi-Hyphenate. It's my professionals podcast. It's interesting because I'm realizing it's like figuring out that who listens to that has been really interesting, because it's like the professional podcast. It's not like the fan podcast.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
You know, so like I don't think I and I say this with all the love in my heart, but I don't know how much it caters to like the Broadway con audience.
Sure.
That's like the it's like the working professional, wherever you are in the world, the working professional that's like dealing with how to produce something, artist identity, demons and muses, and just like how to be an artist. That's like what that's catered for. But then the second video podcast that we're going live with tomorrow, Thursday, April 30th. Is that 30th for the first show? Every show will be live. That's catered for like the Broadway con audience and everyone that celebrates theater, whether or not they're working professionals or they're admirers from afar. So and first episode will be Joan Marcus and Brittany Johnson. And we're already starting to line up some really awesome people, but so Dear Multi-Hyphenate is about artist identity and how to communicate that in the workspace. And My Broadway Memory is about Broadway memories, and the way that we're going to do establish that conversation is that we're going to ask our guests, including Brian Sedita and myself, to go through our playbill collection and pick one at random, and then we're going to look through it and like look at the headshot trends and the ads and what was on Broadway at that time, and their memory is going how do you remember getting your tickets? Like what, like, did you stage door it? Like whose signatures are on there? So it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really fun, I think. And, you know, I started, Brian found me because I was just posting videos of this on Instagram and Facebook. And the first two I did were, oh my God, I don't even remember the first one I did. But the second one I did was Legally Blonde. And why that one was so fun for me was because, also bless you, Elliot. Because that one was so fun was because so many of the people that signed my playbill were people that I have worked with in the recent years, and was like, that was really thrilling to me. And I go, that's when it's full circle, baby.
Full circle.
Yeah. I'm writing a play about that right now. That's going to be produced soon. It's exciting, and I can't really speak on any of that right now, but it's a play that I did about 2 years ago as like I just had a story I needed to tell, and I wrote it, and it was right before I went to Birthright, and I was memorizing it while I was riding my camel. I was literally in the desert on my camel going through my lines, and I flew. It was crazy. I ran it. Let's see. I must have run it about 4 or 5 times on the way from Israel to New York, because it was, you know, a 10-hour flight, 2 hours to run it once. And so I ran it 5 times. Broadway Con was 3 days. I ran my booth for Broadway Con. And then the third night of Broadway Con, I had my show at Green 42 across the street.
Wow. Were you dead afterwards?
Was I dead afterwards?
Or you just...
No. I was, my relationship with exhaustion is weird.
Okay.
I don't like, I get exhausted when I don't have anything to do. Like,
sure.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Like, I slept really well that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and then I slept well the next night, because I was like, but it's when I'm tossing and turning, it's when I'm feeling underwhelmed with myself and what I'm doing and my product, which is why I'm in therapy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question about, you know, the idea of the multi-hyphenate, which for those of you who aren't putting it together, it's just someone who has a lot of jobs, a lot of labels for themselves and the kind of things that they do. How are you balancing that with our situation right now, which is being, you know, in one place? There's how do you wear all those different hats when you only have like a specific, you know what I mean? Like when there's only one wardrobe.
Thank you. No, thank you. The one thing that comes to mind is that I'm my own boss, but I'm not special. We are all our own boss. I've just been doing this actively and talking about it for a bit. So when I'm in a position where no one's telling me what to do, and no one has told me what to do for a few years, I don't have to answer to anyone when it comes to something like that. I have the tools then that I can be like, all right, great, I'm going to create that. That's something that I've been thinking about for a second, and I could do it with that budget or no budget at all. I could ask that person. Now's the time because I can do that. Okay. And then also there's that project that was finished. Okay. And then I'm able to get those, cross those things off the list, just because I don't have to answer to anyone. I just have to answer to myself. And the goal when I was talking about multi-hyphenating and stuff like that, and really figuring out that that's kind of my artist identity, was I just want to answer to myself. I don't want to answer to anyone. I don't want the only time I want to be able to answer to someone is when I'm in the rehearsal room or when I'm in the theater itself. But when it comes to artist identity and creation, I don't want to answer to anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be able to create my own stuff and live my own life and make my own decisions, because so many people won't see what you see. And I want everyone, that's why this podcast and that's why I teach these workshops, because I want everyone to be able to understand their true potential as an artist. That's all. That's all. So in quarantine, being multi-hyphenate is helpful because I'm able to, I'm about to teach a workshop, and my friend was like, great, I need, we need logo. And I came up with a logo in like 30 minutes, just because that's something I know how to do, and I know keywords, and I know what sells and all that good stuff. And that's just like part of the producer shtick. But then I'm also a performer and writer, so I'm also taking moments and writing my play. And every other Friday I have, with one of my producers, I have a reading of what I've written every other Friday. So I'm held accountable, and I'm using that part of my brain, but it's not overwhelming. It's every other Friday. So so it's not like I'm like, I have to shower, I have to get up, I have to do this. Okay, I have to write that part. No, it's every other Friday. It's doable. And that's something that I'm realizing, is that we have to take care of ourselves during this quarantine. There's no wrong way to do quarantine except stay home and social distance.
Yeah. That's the only requirement.
That's the only requirement.
Yeah.
Watch all the TV you want. Take all the showers you want. I take like 3 showers a day because I love it's relaxing to me. I love showers. I love showering. I love feeling clean. And I shower, and then I think while I'm in the shower.
Yep. It's a thinking spot.
It's a thinking spot. And so like that for me is like something that I take. And if I'm going cross-eyed because I'm looking at a screen too much, then I close the cocked computer.
Right.
And I do something else.
And I think too, like I think we're getting to the point of it where it's like been long enough to where we've kind of like had stages of like, what the fuck's going on? And so we're all kind of like, okay, I'm not a creative person right now. And that's okay. And I'm going to like take a second and take a break and do it, not just because I'm feel pressure to, but do it because I'm a creative person. And when I'm inspired, That's it.
Yes.
Boom. Yeah. We're gonna move now to Caleb's blonde girl moment of the week.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'd better go O-H-I-O. Maybe I'd better go home.
Great. So I love that we were talking. Great song, right? We were talking about influencers, and that was literally my topic for today. When I posted my question on Instagram of like some reviews or feedback, Blonde Girls is like an advice column, Michael.
Right.
So with my kind of style on it, I was really just getting a lot of influencers saying, wow, your feed is awesome. Follow me. Do you like travel? Reply to my answer. Hey, thank you for support. That was it. And then some Russian stuff.
Yes.
And then I also got one where it was just a model's name. I got an @ and it was Keanu in water. And then it's just some little blonde model boy. So what are your thoughts on following influencers on your Instagram feed? Like, do you follow or do you not follow? Or who is it that you do?
Follow influencers? Like
who do you follow that are technically influencers?
Like the only people that I follow There's following and then there's engaging.
Okay. Who do you engage with?
Who do I engage with? The people that I work with.
Okay.
So if we've met before, if I want to work with you, so there's networking versus net weaving, right? Networking is it's almost negative. It's like, how can you help me? But if we net weave, I go, I understand what you do. This is what I do. Let's help each other.
Okay.
That's net weaving to me. I like to net weave, and I could pick out the networking versus the net weaving. And the networking is the idea of, you need to follow me, you need to follow me, you need to follow me. And that's cool, but that's not my school of thought. And that's maybe we don't need to work with each other because but no, I will engage with you and make sure that we create a relationship, because it's all about relationship for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but do I follow? I follow people that I'm kind of enamored with, someone who I love their posts, honestly, is Michelle Visage.
Love.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see her post about her hair today?
I want it gray. I want it silver.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Michelle, Barbara Streisand, Michelle Obama, people that are inspiring and have the careers that I want. Like Michelle, I would love a career like hers, because when I'm talking, I have the career that I want. I love my career, but what I'm talking about is on the performance level.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be like a personality on a show.
Yes.
Your
true self. Yeah.
Right. My true self, but also do my true self. But also do everybody's talking about Jamie in the West End. That's it. That's it. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Barbara Streisand, just because she's every Jewish girl's dream.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Visage, Barbara, Michelle Obama, because she's everyone's dream. That sort of thing. So there's the people that are goddesses to me, and then there are people that are this is community, and this is how we can work with each other and help each other. So that's how I kind of
split the two.
Yeah.
Ellie, do you follow any influencers?
My Instagram is mainly friends, cute boys that I don't know, and I don't know, just baking things, cookie decorating.
Do we watch Bake Off?
Of course, the Great British Baking Show. Of course, so good, the best.
So I know that you have things that you want to do with me. I'll talk forever, but one of my last trips to London, there was something called the Big London Bake, and I surprised my boyfriend with it. And we went to, it was Tooting in London, and there was a tent, and it was Bake Off, and you got to compete for a day. And it was the most fun. It was amazing. Anyway, okay, I'm done.
I love that. Oh yeah, we stand baking in this house.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good.
Caleb, what are your final thoughts on influencers, Instagram, who you follow, all that?
Final thoughts are as long as they are part of your community and you like what they're doing, I think it's important to have and support those people. So I follow a lot of gay people who are doing stuff for the community. I think it's good to have those people in your life, because you can also help connect the two worlds of yours and theirs and your community and spread the good word. So I think it's okay. And that's it for the day.
Work. It's time for Merch Madness. So hit that.
I feel like I'm in with the.
That's a high compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're
so
the of Broadway.
Oh my god, yes, work, absolutely. So I collect show merchandise. This is usually where I put two show T-shirts up against each other in a versus format to see who wins. However, this week, and it's funny you mentioned Fort Lauderdale, because my uncles work in rental linens in Fort Lauderdale. And what are they doing right now but making masks? So this is a mask edition of Merch Madness. Okay, so yes, Diva.
Yeah, I'm here.
So that's from Brian Hemisath, friend of the pod. Okay, so this one, we have our first mask, which is a beautiful...
Oh,
Is
she's
there a film?
cute.
Oh, yeah, the
Good
glasses.
fog. So this is like a splotchy fabric, kind of blue purple moment, very like splatter. Jackson
It
Pollock.
reminds me of like Discovery Zone, like 90s, like
Totally. Just like watercolor splatter. They're
Mhm.
very, very comfortable.
I'm
So
sure.
I'm not feeling super constrained. Good elastic movement here.
Mhm.
This is really, really strong. And I love these colors. These are my favorite colors. And it's
They
very
are your
organic.
colors. Yes.
It looks
They
comfy.
really fits this rainy day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really a big fan of this one. We also have this one, which is a little flashier.
Oh, you look like the fish.
The
that gives
rainbow
away his
fish.
scales.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rainbow
this is
fish.
very rainbow fish. And this is really, really cute. It's these like blue and gold hexagons. This is for like evening out, you know, going to the Met Gala. You know, this is very like not casual. You know, this is for an evening. This is
High
evening
scale.
mask. I really like this too, and it looks like it would be more uncomfortable because of the metallics.
Yeah.
But it's really very comfortable. So we have the two here, really strong masks here.
Strong.
Beautiful work, everyone.
Yeah.
But I have to say, for me, the winner of this week's Merch Madness is the hexagons. Now, I love the gold foil. It gives me like a little flash.
Mhm.
And also, I feel like it looks, for some reason, as big and flashy as it is, it does feel very like subdued and like gentle. So I feel like this is gonna really, people are gonna be drawn to me and not afraid of me on the street.
Okay.
So this is the winner of this week's Merch Madness. And DM me on Instagram if you're interested in these masks, because
I feel like I'm about to.
send you the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
I
everyone
love
wear your
that.
masks.
Yes.
Now on your podcast, you have a little thing that you do that we want to do with you now.
Okay.
Will you take us through it?
Okay. It's called Rose and Thorn. And you just go, I think Remy and I, my boyfriend and I, do it when we're like on our road trips, but we like it just like as like a game to play.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously because we're with each other the whole day and like we're driving, it's the answers are funny, you know what I mean? They just make us giggle. But then we like do it like when we're having dinner, and it's like a very cute thing. So sometimes I try to do it with my guests, but sometimes I'm so like the something will happen and I'm just taken away.
It's
like
raring to go.
Mhm.
I just go, you know, because like with a podcast, with conversation, when something sparks, like you only have so much time. So when something sparks, you just go. It's like you're not, you know, that's just a warm up. It's like if you're warm, then you go.
Yeah.
So but it's a rose and thorn. It's basically like what was something great about your day and what's something that you would, I don't like to say that, I don't like the word hate, but like what's something that you would change about your day. This was really great. I loved speaking with you guys because, you know, human interaction is really
Important.
important and kind of a little rare these days. So this is just nice to just be a little just gay and drink and fun.
Yes.
The thorn would be that oh boy. This is a good thorn because that means that things are okay.
Yes,
knock on
we
wood.
love it.
Have to knock on wood. I just looked when I was like looking. I have to clean my brushes because I paint. I have to clean my brushes, and cleaning oil paint out of brushes is a little bitch.
Mhm.
So that's what I have to do, and it's just like not the most fun in the world. But I just finished a portrait, and now I'm gonna start a new one right after this. So, that's that's very exciting.
Yes, I think that is I think I relate to that. You know, the the end of the week when I was still doing Beetlejuice, we had to clean our makeup brushes, and that was always like, like so annoying. But you know, it is what it is. Any problem is a problem, okay?
Yes.
Any
problem is a
for
problem.
all the haters out there, and you know who you are.
I know.
Problems are problems no matter what, okay?
Problems are problems no matter
how small. Yeah.
I never did that show. Can you believe that was a flop?
Oh my God. No, I can't. It's
I
so
did it in high
iconic.
school. I loved it.
I have the shirt over there.
Wait, full circle. Can I talk to you? I didn't get to answer about the shows that I wanted to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Please go back. That was your thorn for the day.
I loved, Caleb, that you said Merman, because I would love to see her do Gypsy.
Oh, yes. Duh.
I would die to see. I'm just going to list a few things. I'm the guest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Please.
I would love to see Merlin.
Sure. That mega hit.
Yep. Laurie Beachman doing the narrator.
Yes.
Not even Joseph, just Laurie Beachman as the narrator.
Yes.
Patty doing Evita.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see Ellen Terry do Lady M in Mickey B in 1890 in the West End.
Deep cut.
Yeah. Because that was like that performance inspired a famous portrait. So that must have been an iconic performance.
Yeah.
You know? So
I love that.
So yeah, those are some that I would love to go and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I there are things that I don't know, I just like I love Broadway. I had some vodka, so I'm like,
yay! This is our favorite.
I'm like giddy and like giggly.
I love. Caleb, what's yours? What's your rose and thorn?
I'm thinking of my thorn, like literally, like I'm helping.
You guys are so positive.
I know. I'm feeling positive today. My rose is I'm helping my friend clean out his house for just like, so I'm back in my roots of simplifying and decluttering. So I'm really loving working on a project right now. So that's my rose for the day.
And no thorn?
That. No thorn.
No, the thorn is some things are heavy. I'm trying to move a dresser and like my back. I got to take care of my back. So,
I love that you said some things are heavy, and because I'm just like same, me.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, some things are heavy.
Yes.
Heavy. That's so funny.
I was in kind of a bad mood today. So thorn wise, the main thorn for me is this rain. It ruined the day. Like, we usually take a nice afternoon walk, and it's been pouring since noon. So I am really over it. But that being said, it made for like really nice, like laying on the couch with my boyfriend. So we just like were able to like kind of relax. So that was a nice thing today. And also finding this red wine. It's delicious.
I know. I never knew that drinking straight vodka was going to be this fun.
Well, I could have told you that.
What brand?
No, I know. I drink straight vodka all the time. What?
What is it? Svedka? What is it? Like,
we're not sponsored, Caleb.
It was Tito's.
Oh, the best.
Solid. You could drink that straight.
So good.
I'm really into honey whiskey right now.
What whiskey?
Honey whiskey.
Honey whiskey.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's
and I've
yummy.
just been like, yeah, it's yummy and it's good, but it disappears on Drag Race nights, so
yeah,
I didn't have it for.
Oh yeah,
because it's so sweet, and then it's like it's literally, it's like you're just like drinking candy.
So sweet. We have like some apple whiskey in the cabinet that's very good, but very sweet. And it's like I can't drink it because it's too sweet.
Are you guys watching Drag Race?
Of course.
I'm behind, but yes.
How behind?
2 weeks. But I know what's happening.
Caleb is not like he doesn't like keep up with it like a crazy person.
Queen. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Drag Race is my my like Sunday NFL
Yeah.
football. It's
Same.
like I watch it live. Like I don't watch it an hour later. I watch it live
immediately. And for 3.5 hours last week. Yeah.
Although I didn't, because I was.
You didn't watch Celebrity?
No, because I was like, they could have had my bodega man. They could have had my bodega man be a bigger celebrity on that show than who they had.
Give me Drew Carey. I'm saying it. I've said it every week. Drew Carey. Give me Drew Carey.
Oh my god, that would be, and then have him like make him up to like look like his receptionist in the that would be fun.
Who are you rooting for right now?
Well, Jackie is a friend. So and she's
my favorite.
Right, and she's doing well enough that like even if she wasn't my friend, I would be like, I want her to win.
Rooting, yeah.
So Jackie, my top 3 are Jackie, Heidi, and Gigi.
Solid. Agree.
I love Jada Essence Hall. She's in my top 3.
And she's great too. You know, another TV show that I'm watching is Drag Race. We're going from the beginning and watching everything, and it's amazing to see everything evolve. You know, we just started season 9 last night. We watched 2 episodes of season 9 again last night. I haven't watched season 9 since it aired.
Yeah.
I've seen like seasons like 3, 4, 5, and 6 like 7 times each.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to see like how it's evolved and how it's changed and all that good stuff. But I really love that show.
Me too.
You know, it's really interesting because you've been like watching seasons 4, 5, even 6, how we talk differently.
Yeah.
About things.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's really interesting. But I love it.
We stand in this house.
Yeah.
Are we ready for a game?
Yes, we're ready for a game.
Yes, I'm ready for a game.
So easy, quick questions. Don't think too hard. Did you say sandwich?
Yeah, it's my puppy. You want to see
that's the first question. Yes, hurry, bring the dog.
What's the question?
The best sandwich and soup pairing.
That was your question? Really?
Yes.
Full circle.
So sandwich has to be here.
Look at this dog. What a sweetie.
So pretty. Just look at those like jaws.
Oh my god, look at this pup. So adorable.
They're saying you're very cute.
Oh, he's like, thank you.
Oh, they know.
Oh,
he knows.
Look at him. He's so much like attention.
He's very smart. What do you see? Okay, what's the first question?
Okay. So first question is best sandwich and soup pairing.
What's so crazy is that if we get sandwich, a brother or sister, their name will be Soup.
That's the pairing right there. Great.
So that is the pairing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Foreign language. Do you know any? Which one do you want to learn?
Yiddish.
We'll take that. Yeah. How many tattoos do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay. What restaurant do you want to go to after quarantine in New York City?
Sardi's.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. I love going up there. Second floor.
Yeah.
Bar. Great.
I love it there.
Some favorite people you photographed.
Idina. Julie Andrews. Alice. Beth Malone. Colleen Ballinger.
Yeah.
Was a joy.
Work.
Love. Toderick is a joy. Judy Kuhn was great. Heidi Blickenstaff, great. Honestly, everyone, like, just because
you attract great people. I love working you just attract like beautiful individuals, and I love seeing your work.
It's very sweet, and as soon as you said that, sandwich just let one rip right on my thigh. So perfect.
Well, we enjoy Sandwich's work.
Thank you. What's also incredible is that, you know, there's also a pattern in that, is that they are professionals and they've been around for a second, so they know how to engage. They know how to deliver the energy is reciprocated. So I think that there's a pattern, and I think that's also a reflection on why they are so successful and amazing, is because they radiate that as individuals.
Sandwich is really taking center stage.
Okay,
Last serious here.
Last question. Best thing about New York City in the springtime? Usually, yeah. You're looking forward to.
Can I be dirty?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
Well, all the flowers, when they bloom, they smell like semen. But it's not the best thing. It just makes me laugh.
Sure.
That's so
I like going to Soho when it's like spring, because all of the stores are like open and there are beautiful crowds, and everyone's just like sort of excited to be there shopping and out of the apartment. So when it gets warm and when it gets like springy, I like going to Soho and shopping.
Okay.
That first spring day in New York.
I know. When you pull the shorts out, you're like, thighs out, thighs out.
Yeah. Yes, thighs out. My thighs are, they'll be out. They're out right now. So
yes,
hey.
that Zoom wardrobe, just waist up.
Oh yeah, just nice turtleneck, but then just like in my baggiest of sweatpants.
Yep. Well, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show, Michael. This was so much fun.
It was very fun. Thank you so much.
Where can people find you on social media and find your podcast and watch you on BPN tomorrow? Yeah,
so tomorrow, April 30th is bpn.fm/My Broadway Memory at 7 p.m. live, which is going to be awesome. My podcast, Dear Multi-Hyphenate, gets released every Monday. We just hit episode 10, and by we, I mean me and my amazing producer, Alan, who I'm obsessed with. We just hit episode 10, which is exciting. And social media is at the Michael Kushner, at the Dressing Room Project, or at Dear Multi-Hyphenate, or at My Broadway Memory, all on Instagram.
Hey.
So many ats, yes.
Or at Sandwich the French Bulldog.
I'm gonna follow Sandwich right after this.
You should. He's pretty photogenic. Look at that regalness.
He looked so good on her. I think just so good. We want to thank you all for tuning in. You can find our podcast, Equity One, at Equity One Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and at Equity1_ on Twitter.
Send us an email at equitynepodcast@gmail.com and give us a rate and review, please. It helps other people find our podcast.
Yeah, we know you might not be listening on iTunes, but girl, you don't even have to listen. Just pop on over and give us that rate review. You'll make our day. I promise you that.
Our rose for the day.
You can find me at Elliot Maddox on everything.
And me at Caleb Dickey on everything.
And until next time, next Wednesday, we're taking Saturday off, but tune in next Wednesday when we will have Broken Records with us. Mm-hmm. So we're very excited about that. Until then, cheers!